In this video, we eat and drink our way around Portugal's second largest city.
This week, we're in Porto, Portugal.
Porto is Portugal's second city in the north of the country, south of Galicia in Spain. It is famous for its port, which is fortified wine. The city spans the Douro River, and there are impressive bridges crossing it. The main town of Porto is on the north side of the river, with the south side known as Gaia. Sandyman is one of the main port winemakers, famous for its distinctive logo of a man in a Portuguese student's cape. You can visit the museum, which includes tastings, but we decide to wait until later. On the Gaia side of the river, where the port wineries are, the market has many stalls selling interesting food and drink. The local speciality dish, francesinha, is traditionally made from layers of toasted bread and hot meats, with melted cheese and topped with a tomato sauce. We give it a try. I hope Andy gets the vegetarian version.
Well, I wanted to try the famous francesinha, I think it's pronounced, but obviously that's quite a meaty sandwich, but fortunately found a couple of places that offered vegetarian ones, so today got to try it.
Of course we couldn't pass up a boat trip.
Going on a boat trip, I think that's probably obvious.
The Ponte Dom Luís I is a double-decker metal arch bridge that spans the Douro River. The upper level is for pedestrians and trams, and the lower level is for road traffic and pedestrians. We head a short way on the Douro River, past our Airbnb apartment up on the hill, and onto the riverboat port. We turn around here, dodging the big riverboats. All the boats remind us of galettes from our sailing trip on the Dalaman coast of Turkey. Now we head downstream back through the steep terraces of the town, looking up from the pretty river area to the impressive buildings up on the hill. Then past the old warehouses that are now museums and art galleries. I think we're in a race. Further down we head towards the sea, and we can see the harbour walls where the river flows into the ocean. And that's as far as we can go on the boat, so we make our way back into town. Now we could do with that port. The boat trip included a sample of port wine in a nearby bar, which was nice, despite Andy making a face.
Actually, it's nicer than I was expecting.
This is a ruby port, the main type of port. But there are also tawny, which are aged in oak barrels, and a few white varieties. We learned that in the Sandyman Museum. We enjoyed our first custard tart, known as pastel de nata, a Portuguese delicacy. We crossed back into town on the lower deck of the Ponte Luís. Time to catch the funicular from the river up to the walled town level. We want to ride this strange vehicle, and Andy doesn't want to walk up the steep hill again. Then we disappear into a tunnel before emerging in the town. We grab something to eat before heading to a bar. There's a rich tradition of craft beer bars in Porto, many with pleasant gardens to enjoy your beer in. Today we are walking along the river, crossing the top deck of the bridge and into the upper town. One of the sites to stop off at is the central train station. The São Bento railway station in Porto is decorated with ornate blue and white tiles in the form of a mural and is well worth a visit. We'll be leaving from here tomorrow. Porto Alegre Public Market is the oldest market in Porto, selling a wide range of fruit and vegetables and sweets. There's also dried fruit and some fresh fruit salad. But that's just a starter, and we follow with a coffee and pastel de nata.
Today we've come to the Porto Indoor Market, and there's loads of really nice things. We had some fresh fruit, but unfortunately we've had a lot of sweets and chocolate as well. Andy managed to find a vegetarian restaurant in the market.
There's a huge menu to choose from, although I fancied pizza, and they have pizza.
Soon they brought out some delicious food, starting with canary and potato, and I had a delicious soup. For the main course I had mushroom Wellington, and Andy finally got his pizza.
I haven't really struggled this time eating vegetarian in Portugal. Last time we were in Lisbon, it was a nightmare trying to find somewhere, and we haven't had a great deal of luck finding specific vegetarian restaurants as we've kind of gone around the map. But we bumped into one here, found one in the market, and it was really nice.
Just a last look around town before a great night out.
Time for some cider.
Welcome to the cider paradise. Cheers!
Wassail.
I'm recommended a flight of dry ciders.
Welcome to my new favourite cider bar in the whole world. Well, in Porto, Portugal, called Endovelico. Starting off tonight with a flight of 4 ciders have been recommended to me, the strongest of which is 10%, so wish me luck.
I've got a double IPA from Portugal, and the only trouble is it's 7.5%.
I'm enjoying this tonight.
I start off gently with a 4% cider from Brittany, France. 1 down, 3 to go.
I think this was an Asturian cider. It's certainly a Spanish cider. I think it's about 5.5%. It's certainly very pleasant. And this is a good point to stop and have some food.
And very nice it is too. The padron peppers go nicely with the Asturian cider.
Oh yeah.
Next up is a sour cider made from wild apples from Catalonia. And finally a Portuguese wine cider coming in at around 9.8%, made from English and Portuguese apples.
Yes. Nice and tannic. I like that. my job is done here.
Until I spot some Oliver's cider in the chiller cabinet. And Chris orders dessert, for which I'm recommended a Norwegian cider to go with that. Chris just doesn't know when to stop. And of course, we finish off the evening with a complimentary port.
Looks like I'm carrying him home again.
Next time, we're in Lisbon, so don't forget to subscribe and catch up with us again on our next adventure.